Throwing yourself completely into your business or into changing your financial outlook can sound good, but where's the space to invest in yourself? No matter what you're doing in your life, you have to carve out space for yourself. And what do I mean by that? For your wellness, your relationships, your responsibilities outside of work, for your global citizen duties. You have to make sure that you have third places to go to where you are not expected to perform at the level that you need to perform in your business and your career. You have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself to the best of your ability, that you're really prioritizing optimal health. Because no matter what success level you reach, if you can't sleep at night, if you are not able to take an hour to just sit and read a book, or to go to the gym, or to have a phone call with a friend, or to plan a vacation, then what does this all mean? You don't want to burn yourself to the ground and then have to build your foundation back up. You don't want to wait until there's nothing left in you to try to build everything back up. And we're only human, life is gonna happen. Sometimes life is gonna have you feeling like you're in a UFC cage with a tiger or a boxer who bit someone's ear off. Sometimes life is just gonna throw things at you and test you and test you and test you until there are no more tests, until you have mastered resilience and grit. But guess what? You're still human. So at some point, when you are deciding to invest in things, to tackle debt, to tackle your business, to grow, to invest in certain things for development, for your business, for yourself, you're gonna have to sit back and say, but where's the time for me? Because there's no other thing in your life more important than yourself. Because without you, you don't have other things. Without you, the people who depend on you, whether it's your employees, your partner, your pets, your children, your parents, your relatives, or just society in general, the people who need your talents and your skills, they're not gonna get much of you. You're not gonna be at your top performance, and you're not gonna be fulfilled and healed. So oftentimes people laugh at people who talk about wellness, well-being, self-care, and call these all buzzwords, but there's no amount of money that's gonna buy you your health back. There's no amount of money that's going to bring you back to feeling complete and happy and having that childlike joy if you are in an instant. There's no magic pill to take. There's nothing outside of you that's going to give you those things. So you always have to take care of yourself. One thing that I see people who are trying to be successful is always allowing the business to run them instead of them running the business. You are the CEO of your life. You have to make yourself your top business priority, because without you, there's nothing. So don't skim back on your personal development. Go full force with it. Hire that trainer, hire that coach, go see that therapist, have that accountability partner, ask for help before you need it. Have people that you can talk to that are in your circle, that are not gaining much out of your outcomes, whatever you decide to do. People who are neutral, people who are like-minded. Because the problem is that oftentimes people are so successful and so self-reliant that they don't always look for the people they need on their team. They are always building other teams. They're always investing in others. And then there's the part of your financial health. Things are going to happen. As an accountant, I can tell you, I've seen situations that people have gotten themselves into and how they've gotten themselves out of it. People are living different lives than what you know. Their tax returns can't talk to you. You don't know what other sources of income they have. They may seem very successful, and they have a lot of things going on. So you have to really get yourself in a point where, yes, be financially responsible, but that doesn't mean you have to empty out your savings to pay off debt. Plan your debt repayment. It doesn't mean that you have to take all of your resources and pour them into anything without taking into account your living expenses. Be very careful with, the mindset of, yes, you can go stay on someone's couch for 6 months and it can work out. Society has changed. Like, the cost of living is very high. Not everyone is going to be welcoming you with open arms so you can work on your dreams. You have to make sure you're not skipping breakfast because you decided to start a business. You have to make sure that you are not setting yourself up for a lack mentality, or like you're not losing your freedom of being able to think. So when people say go quit your job and start a business, I don't like that a lot, because have you saved the money to start this business? Are you successful in it already? Have you started the business? Are you doing it as a side gig and now you're going to enhance it? Like, what are you doing? Sit back and have a glass of water on your desk and put it half full, or put it with drops of water, and remind yourself that you need to pour into yourself every single day, no matter what's happening in your life, whether things are going bad or good, or you're having the most amazing time of your life. You're freaking out because things are growing so quickly and you don't even know where, your head is spinning because every moment things are happening for you. You have to really pour into yourself, invest in yourself. You have to really seek out alternative investments. I'm not talking about crypto, etc. I'm talking about, think outside of the box and really ask yourself, what is something you can do for yourself that's going to make you more successful and more fulfilled, that has nothing to do with work, nothing to do with your career, nothing to do with anyone in your family, no, your partner, something just for you. Otherwise, you're going to sit there and you're going to be feeling as though you don't know what's going on with your life. You don't know why you're doing this. You don't want to lose your why, and you don't want to lose your and. What is your and? You have to have one. And also, you have to have a whatever. Like, I used to go to paint nights and I painted as so horribly, I didn't care. So what happened was that I would sit there after work, going to these paint nights and painting away like I was Picasso, enjoying myself with no pressure whatsoever. And it used to be so peaceful for me, sitting there, no one demanding anything from me, not caring if these things look horrible. I mean, people would come to visit me and they'd see these paintings hanging on the hallway and they'd be like, what in the world? There are no kids in this house. Who did this? These paintings, like, they would look so horrible. Make sure that you are investing in yourself no matter what. You matter. You need to take up space in your life. You need to make sure that you are seeing the value you bring and taking into account all that you've done so far. Don't forget that you have done all these things to get to where you are. Don't throw them out. Try to figure out how you can better assess your life, take inventory of certain things, operate in a more lean way. It's not always about cutting out costs. It's not always about doing less. It's about fulfillment. It's about joy. It's about getting your energy right so that your mindset is right, and really pushing yourself to do the things that you know you need to do. Being brave enough to go out there. Don't let shame from past mistakes hold you back. Now, I challenge you to go out there today and contact 5 people you've been meaning to speak to, whether it's to follow up with them, to tell them you really admire the work they do, to ask them for an opportunity that they've asked you about in the past, or just to try to get together with them to meet and talk about common things that you're working on. But push yourself to connect with people, to have meaningful interactions with people. Everything is not about money. Sometimes having those meaningful interactions, connecting with people, getting to know them, and having conversations is going to take you to another level. You're going to learn something new. You're going to be introduced to someone new. You're going to hear something from the person that's going to take you to the other level. So take the moment and ask yourself, what area in your life do you need to really sit down and visualize a change? and ask yourself how the things you're doing now can help you to get to where you want to go. And who are the people in your life that you need or and have that can help you get there? Because a lot of the time, the reason you're not investing in yourself is because you're trying to do everything alone. And you're not going to go very fast. Sometimes you're going to fall and it's going to take you longer to get up. And other people may be sitting in line waiting to help you, but you don't ask. Ask the right people for help. Some of them you're going to have to pay, some of them you're going to have to work for, some of them are going to invest in you, but ask the right people for help and show up for yourself. And stop pouring everything into something else. You have to pour everything into you and plan out how you're going to do other things. You have to have calculated risks so that you're not sitting there depleting yourself and defeating yourself. You want to make sure that you can sleep at night with the decisions that you're making, and that the outcome of your decisions is not going to take away your self-worth and make you feel a certain way. I hope this is helpful. If nothing else, you remember, invest in yourself no matter what's happening in your life. Whatever challenges you have today are going to pass, but whatever you don't do today is going to cost